you're going to find out that when all your diet fails and all your doctors fail and everything failing, you got to rely on the spirit world. And the spirits show up, and you can be all Miss Goody Two Shoes and say, you don't do this and you don't do that. But when the spirits show up, which is your spirit, and you say, I need to be healed. And they go, no, you got to give us something. And you can make the choice because it's a spirit matter, and you thinking it's a physical matter, and you get lost in it. And they say, no, we want some damn alcohol. Then you say, we want some alcohol. Then you got to do what they say. Now, do what they say. The word alcohol is a spiritus. Do you remember now, most of the things that you have been getting in religion to tell you not to do things is the things that you're supposed to be doing. They tell you not to have sex. You're supposed to be bumping and grinding. They tell you not to partake in certain things. Well, now, we're not talking about excess. But there was no way, even if you just take the Bible, there's no way in there that said that you couldn't drink alcohol. They say drinking too much of something. Well, and this is just basic sociology. You drink too much, you get a doggone hangover. All right? So, you know what I'm saying? But the point about it here is spiritus, alcohol. Now, quiet is kept. This is a Moorish or an Egyptian science carried up into Europe or the art of distillation by the Moors. Even in the European aspect of a history of mind-altering drugs, when they talk about alcohol, they say, well, we got that from the Arabs. When anytime they say they got something from the Arabs, they're not talking about the man over there wiping his behind with his left hand or whatever. They're talking about Egyptian priests that banded together under the banner of the Moors and went up into Europe. So the art of distillation was brought by the Moors for spiritual purposes. You see what I'm saying? So now, unfortunately, for some of you people, it's trying to be all nice and all this for you. But fortunately, the most powerful ones left in the system of spirit that's left right now is Palo Manombe. That's the most powerful ones left. And they require a little bit of this here. And they don't want no orange juice. They don't want no water. Can't compromise. No substitutes. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, we gave them some cognac Cavassier, and they damn near lost their mind. Now, I'm saying this thing here because I'm not going by theory. Everything I'm doing now is a complete communication with the spirits, you know, including my weight. Because one thing the sister, she said, I'm baffled. She said, you eat no sweets and you hardly eat. How the hell you that fat? I said, it's spiritual. It's spiritual now. And when I went to Cleveland, one of the sisters called back. She said, man, he was wearing his armor. And she said, what do you mean by the armor? She said, his weight. Now, what I mean by that here is, and I understood the concept of the yogi where they had a guy who was 300 pounds. He was 300 years old and he was 300 pounds. You see what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get up to no 300 pounds. And I ain't trying to live to be no 300. You see what I'm saying? Like the Egyptians say, foolish are the long-lived. I'm saying the day that somebody got a hook or bag up to my behind, I gotta get some stuff like that. You take me on out of here. Now, the point I'm trying to make here is, when you really start dealing with the spirit world, you're going to find out it's going to be the complete opposite, because we have been given religion, and religion is not spirit. No matter how much it makes you feel good, it's not spirit, and the only feeling good is you are spiritual beings, and you need something to feel good, so therefore only what you're programmed by is why you feel the way you do. But religion is only inspiration. You see what I'm saying? So I knew that the brother, when he was talking that, he was religious. And religious say that it's all about your behavior. And I'm trying to tell you, I've been communicating with these spirits day and night, and not once did they ever say, Bobby, you need to stop cursing? Or Bobby, you need to not take this here. They require this. You know, I one time, they require this. So I had all this acid indigestion. I couldn't get rid of it for one day, and I was like, what the devil going on? They were like, you know what you got to do? So I had to go get some medicine. As simple as that. Now, I'll go into the science on this type thing here and all, because you're going to have to break. So we're talking spirit. And sometimes you're going to have to break what you know as religious. And even though what you might think is detrimental to your health, there could be some spirits behind some things. So there's 3 sisters, and I talked about Otincha, T.H., and Shayola. And they show up, and they heal whatever. And I can get them to heal whatever, but they be like, Mom, get the shit. So now they're like, no, we want some cognac. So you know, now here's shit, I got it working. And now my mate, she gonna come in with some expensive taste and start giving these damn spirits some high-end shit. You see what I'm saying? Messing up my flow. So now all of a sudden now they want cognac, or they wanted some Quavo, what's that? Quavo Gold. They don't want the regular tequila, they want the Quavo Gold. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, I had them going off the shit when I get up the street. I live in the hood. Now you done raised the bar. It's becoming quite expensive. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say here is, we have all been programmed to think what we think is spiritual is based on a person's behavior before you, and that's not spiritual. I went to college for 8 years. I went for 4 years, and then I went for another 8 years just to have a place to stay. 3 hots and a cot. Take 15 hours. I think it's 12 hours. Which one, 12, to get that grant? Well, I take about 12 hours to get the grant, no more, just to get the lunchroom and the bed, so I could stay on the campus. And I used to use that to move. I said, to move to another city. I said, dang, I need to go to Atlanta. I said, dang, I ain't got no money, whatever. I'll get back in school. But I forgot what I was getting ready to say. But anyway.